The sun was just beginning to rise over the great green jungle. Golden light poured through the tall trees, and the birds started singing their sweet morning songs. Butterflies danced from flower to flower, and the river sparkled like 1,000 diamonds. In the middle of this beautiful jungle lived a young lion cub named Leo. Leo had a big, fluffy mane that was just starting to grow. He had bright golden eyes and strong little paws. Every morning, Leo would wake up, stretch his legs, and roar as loudly as he could. Roar! "Good morning, jungle!" Leo would shout. "I am Leo, the strongest animal in this whole forest." Leo was proud, very, very proud. He would walk through the jungle with his chest puffed out, his head held high, and his tail swishing behind him. When other animals saw him coming, some of them would step aside. "Leo is coming," the rabbits would whisper. "Make room," the birds would chirp. Leo liked this very much. He thought being strong meant he was better than everyone else. But there was one animal in the jungle that Leo had never spoken to, a small, gentle deer named Dino. One bright morning, Leo was walking near the river to get a drink of water. The river was cool and clear, and it made a soft, bubbling sound as it flowed over the smooth rocks. Just as Leo bent down to drink, he saw something on the other side of the river. A small deer with big brown eyes and tiny little spots on his back was standing very still, staring at Leo. "Who are you?" Leo called out loudly. The little deer took one careful step forward. "My name is Dino," he said in a soft, polite voice. "I live near the tall oak trees on the other side of the hill." Leo looked at Dino from his nose to his hooves. Dino was small and thin. He had no claws, he had no sharp teeth, he had 2 small horns just starting to grow on his head. Leo laughed. "You are so tiny. You don't have claws, you don't have a roar. What can you do in this jungle?" Dino smiled gently. "I can run very fast," he said quietly, "and I know where all the best fruits and the sweetest grass grow. I know every path in this jungle." Leo laughed again. "Knowing paths, that is not a talent. I am the strongest. That is what matters." Dino did not argue. He simply smiled and walked away into the trees. Leo watched him go. Deep inside, he felt a tiny, strange feeling, like maybe he had not been very kind, but he pushed that feeling away and walked home. That afternoon, dark clouds rolled in over the jungle. The wind began to blow. The trees shook their branches. Thunder rumbled in the sky like a giant drum. Boom! Crash! Flash! A huge storm had arrived. Rain poured down like waterfalls from the sky. The river rose higher and higher. Mud slipped down the hillsides. Animals ran to find shelter under rocks and big trees. Leo ran too. He ran and ran, but he had never paid attention to the paths of the jungle. He had always thought, "I am strong. I don't need to know paths. Nothing can stop me." But now, in the darkness of the storm, all the trees looked the same. All the paths were covered in mud and rain. Leo turned left, he turned right, he went up a hill, he came back down. He was completely and totally lost. "Roar!" he cried out. But his roar was swallowed up by the sound of the thunder. Leo sat down under a big tree and put his face over his paws. He was cold, he was wet, he was scared. "I don't know what to do," he whispered. And for the first time in his life, Leo felt very, very small. Suddenly, through the heavy rain, Leo heard the sound of soft hoofbeats. Click,